Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So in the today's lecture, we are going to discuss what is software development life cycle. So whenever we build any software application, we just follow some steps to build an application. We use some systematic procedure when we build any software application so that we can make our software application implementation successful. There are lots of steps that we follow when we build any software application. The first step is feasibility study. What does feasibility study means? Let's suppose there is a customer and customer wants to build one software application. Okay, so if customer wants to build any software application, so customer is a non-technical person. He doesn't know how to do coding, how to build software application. So what your customer will do? The customer will go to a company, an IT company, and he will tell the company that I want to build a software application, and this is the requirement that I want to be in the software application. So as the customer will go to the company, the IT company, which is a service based company, they provide software applications to multiple customers. So first of all, when customer will go to IT company for the software implementation, the IT company will firstly understand like what kind of application this customer want to build. Let's suppose the customer requirement is customer want to build some AI automation. He wants to build some AI projects, but the IT company is not working in this domain. The IT company, that particular IT company, is working on other technologies like Java, PHP, .NET. That company is not working on AI technology. So that means for that company, working on this project is infeasible. Your customer want to build AI project, but that IT company does not work on this technology. They don't have tools to build such kind of application. So that application will be infeasible for that IT company, because that IT company don't have any resources, technology tool required to build the AI project. So that is going to be infeasible for that IT company. That is the first case. What can be the second case? Let's suppose your customer want to build a software application. So when your customer will go to IT company will check that whether we can implement this application in real practice. Is it logical? Because as a customer you can think anything. You don't have any technical knowledge. You don't know whether it can be implemented in real practice or not. So you tell your requirement to the company, but company find that software application which customer want, that is illogical. It cannot be implemented into real practice. So that is going to be infeasible. Okay, the application is very illogical that we can't implement into real practice. So that company will not work on that project because it is not going to be implemented. That is completely illogical. So that application is infeasible. So let's suppose the customer want to build any project in Java. So that IT company work in Java technology. They all have technologies, tools for building Java projects. So company will say, okay, you want one application based on Java. We will design application as per your requirement. So after that, so that project is feasible for that particular IT company. After that, what happened? So once once we got that the project is feasible to be implemented, then from that IT company, business analyst will go to the customer. Because your customer want to build an application, he doesn't know technical things. Your customer belongs to non-technical field. So what business analyst will do? Business analyst will go to the client, will go to the customer and ask him, tell me like what is your requirement, what you want to build. And business analyst will also see like what are the problems that customer is facing, why he wants to build the application, what this application, if we build it, what problems it is going to solve for the customer. So he asked lots of questions to the client. He asked what is the problem you are facing, why you want to build this application, what solution do you want from this application. So everything he will discuss with the customer, and customer, as business analyst, will ask multiple questions from the customer. So business analyst will write down all the requirements into one document. He will write all the document. As he is asking question to a customer, customer will tell this is the functionality I want in my application, and it should solve my this problem. So everything the business analyst will write down. He will create one document in which all the requirements your customer is saying, you will be writing down, because after that we have to implement that software application into real practice. But before actually creating the software application, we must be very good clarity of the requirements. Because if your client is saying something and you understood in a different way, like business analyst asking question, there might be a misunderstanding, like customer is saying something and business analyst is understanding something, both are on a different page. So it will create a lot of problem when you will work on coding, when you will be testing, and later point of time, if you find any defect, then it is going to create a lot of problem. If we want our application to be implemented successfully and as per the need, so the most crucial thing is you understand requirement clear. It's very important you align with your customer. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can freely ask anything to the customer, so that if there is any mistake in requirement, it can cause lot of problems in further cases. So it's very important you understand requirement clearly, and to clarify that, whatever business analyst has understood from client, what business analyst can do, analyst can create one dummy model, one dummy design. Like when we design our house, we don't directly start building our home. We firstly create house model. We have a model, we can see that model, because it will tell you the real implementation of your house. You have not built your house yet, but you have a model of your house. By looking at that model, you can understand how your house is actually going to be built. So if you are facing any issue, any problem in the model, you can ask them to make some changes in the house model. Okay, but if you build your complete house, after that you are saying I want this change, I want that change, then it will cause a lot of problem. So that is a similar case. So our business analyst can design some website layouts. He can create some basic designs so that he can get more clarity regarding the requirement. If like he can use paint, or he can use any other tool to build a website. Let's suppose your customer want a website, you can build a dummy website. Okay, you can create dummy web pages so that you can get more clarity about the requirements. Okay, you can create dummy web pages. Even you can use paint, you can create dummy design on Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, any tool you can use. You just want to clarify that whatever you have understood, that is completely aligned with the customer needs. So once business analyst is very sure about the requirements, he has written all the requirements into SRS document. We call it as a software requirement specification. After that, business analyst will take sign from the client, from the customer, so that later point of time there are no conflicts. Let's suppose your customer saying you, I need 4 features in my implementation. After 2 months he say I told you I told you 5 features, but you have implemented 4 features. So to avoid the conflict at later point of time, what we do, we take sign from the customer on SRS document in which all features are mentioned. Okay, so that become a proof for you. If client refuses for anything in the later, you have that document, you have a proof. Okay, so once a business analyst is very clear about his requirement, and then we go to the software design phase. What happens in a software design phase? In software design phase, we have some technical architects. Like till step 2, we were dealing with clients, we were dealing with customers, we were gathering requirements from the customers. But in software design, we have lots of technical architect. We have technical architect. What they will do? Like in step 2, in a requirement gathering, we understood all the requirements, and all the requirements are mentioned in SRS document. We can directly start doing coding. Our development team directly can work on coding. But it is good practice, before you actually started coding, we firstly design layout. So what happened, we have some technical architects who are very experienced person. What they do, they design the technical architecture, like what all modules we will be building. They create a design. They can use any tool like docs, they can use PowerPoint, any tool they can use. So what they will do, they will create all the forms that we have to implement in the software application. They decide what all tables we will be using in our application, how all the tables are interacting with each other, what data structures we will be using, how all forms are interacting with each other, how all the modules are connected with each other, everything. So technical architect is experienced person. They are going to design complete technical architecture. And your technical team, when you will be actually doing coding, your technical team can take reference of this technical architecture. Okay, it will help you to reduce your bugs in the coding, because you have a very designed plan. You know what to do, how to implement, what all modules we required, how they will be connected, how all the tables we need in the software application. You will get a very clear idea what you have to build. So if you don't design the architecture and you directly doing coding, there is a chance that you might do lots of mistakes in coding, and your entire time will go on fixing the errors or bugs only. So it is very good practice, if you have a technical architecture, complete overview of your technical software application, you can build it clearly. So whatever design your architect do, this design, this technical architecture design will be used by the technical team. In step 2, the business analyst design, whatever design it is creating, that is customer centric. The design which your business analyst is creating, that is customer centric, that customer can understand. But in software design, the design we are creating, that is technical oriented. It is referred by technical team to actual doing the coding. So when we are done with our technical architecture, now we have a complete picture that how we will be implementing our software application. So next step is coding. What we do now, our technical team has understood like what they have to do. By looking at the technical architecture, they know very well what they have to do, what sort of coding they have to do by looking at the technical architecture. So the purpose of developer is to write not just the coding, but the purpose is to write the optimized coding. Okay, so as per the requirement and as per given in the architecture, they create tables into databases, they work on JavaScript, they might work on HTML, CSS, but they majority of the time they work on backend development, how our data will be interacting with the databases, all these things. So when our developers are writing the coding, so They also do they also do a white box testing. What does a white box testing means? When they are writing any code, they test the code. They check that if there is any condition missing in the coding, they correct it. So they are good in technical, so they do white box testing. They check all the lines of the coding and try to find any loopholes. If there are any loopholes in the coding, they check the all lines of code. So when our developers are done with coding, they have done all the codings and they have created all the functionality that we wanted, and after that they will do white box testing. They will try to find out loopholes in the coding. After it is done, once your developer have successfully written the coding and they have done testing, then the next step we have is testing. So we have special testers. What they do black box testing. They have, we have created one SRS document. Our business analyst has created one SRS document, so our tester know like what they have to test, because all the features are mentioned in the SRS document, all the requirements are mentioned in the SRS document. So our tester take reference from that SRS document and test the complete application, try to find out errors. So the purpose of tester is to find the errors. If while testing, if they find any errors, what they do, they report to the developer. They report to the developer and tell them that this error is coming, please work on it, check it, and if this error is real, then fix this issue. So the purpose of tester is to test the entire application to make sure that our application is working as per the requirement of the customer. If there is any issue coming, error coming, we report to the developer and then fix that issue. So the purpose of tester is to test the entire application, to check that our application is behaving as per the requirement of customer or not. And we also take care like how is the user interface. Whenever we build an application, how our application is looking. Is it more interactive or it is not interactive? So our tester do black box testing. They check functionality, they check the behavior of the application. If any error is coming, their purpose is to resolve the errors and provide error-free software application to the customer. Because if we are having lots of error in the software application and we have delivered our application to the customer and he is facing lots of error, so it will disconnect your company with that customer, and for any future project he will not come back to you because you have not given him a good experience. Your software is creating every 5 days, it is creating some sort of error, so it will lose your interest with the customer. So we always try to provide error-free software to the customer to give them a good experience, so that if our customer need any more projects in the future, then they come to us. So our purpose is to provide error-free applications to the customer. So once testing is done, we have done the testing, we have find out all the errors that we had. Then the next step we have is production. What we do now, we have done testing, we have done coding, everything we have done. And let me tell you one more thing. You have testers, so obviously tester will test the application, but apart from testers we have our customer. We need satisfaction of the customer also. This application is working fine from the perspective of tester, but we will also allow customer to check the application once before we make it live on the internet. we have tested, the company tester has tested the application on his behalf. We also ask customer to test the application. If customer is fully satisfied with the application, only after that we will deploy this application onto the production. We will then make it live. If your customer wants to make any changes, you will be firstly making all the changes that your customer want, and when your customer is totally satisfied with your application, then we will be putting our application on the production. Okay, so if your customer has 10 features, he has 10 requirements, he want to implement 10 features in the application. It is not that we build all the 10 applications, all the 10 features of the application in one go. No, we will prioritize the features. Like, we will try to identify which features are more important, which features are more urgent. So we pick some features in the starting, we work on all those features, build it, coding it, then we make it live. After that we pick some another features and work on that and put it on live. We always work on application module by module. We don't complete our entire application at once. In the first go, let's suppose we take 2-3 features. After it is completely implemented and after it is hosted on the server, we pick another 2-3 features, and same process we keep it on until we deliver the complete application to the customer. So once customer is satisfied, now the next step is we will be making it live on production. The next step is we will make our application live on production so that it can be used. When we make our application live on the internet, what does that mean? That we are giving access of our application to the public. Now public can use our application at any time. So sometime when we host our application on the server, on the cloud, on production, what happens? The infrastructure that we are using on our local machine, sometimes that infrastructure is different from the infrastructure of your server. So it can cause a problem. Let's suppose you are using Java version 1.1, let's suppose, on your local machine. You built your application on local machine, you are using Java version 1.1 on your local machine, but on server, while you are deploying your application on server, you are using Java version 1.2. It can cause a problem. It might cause a problem in the software application running. There can be a possibility that your application will not work on that server because you have changed the version, okay, of Java. You have changed the version. So it is very important, if we want successful deployment of our application on the server, it is very important we keep the infrastructure same. Like what all tools and technology that you are using on your local machine, we have same set of tool and technology on the server. Whatever versions of Java or any other software that you are using to build your application, all tools and technology versions, everything should be same. That is on the server. If there is any mismatch, you are using another version on local machine and another on your server, then it can cause a problem. There is a chance that your application might not work on the server. So it is very important, if we want successful deployment of our application on the server, we make sure that whatever tools and technology you are using on your local machine, it must be similar on the server. We should use same tools and technologies on the server. Okay, so now our application has been live on the server. Now anyone can use your application on the internet, because now your application is on internet, so anyone can use your application on the internet. So you have successfully deployed your application on the server, and any user, any user can access your application. Okay, so once you have deployed your application on the server, so what is the next step? Next step we have is maintenance and enhancement. Let's suppose you have deployed your application on the server. There can be some errors. When your users are using application, they might report some errors in the application. So if there are any errors coming in the application, so what we have to do now, if there are errors coming, so that customer will go to the company and ask the company that these errors are coming in my application, please resolve these errors. So what happened in maintenance phase, we have some support engineers, we have some application support engineers. It can be developer or it can be a different team. We can have different team of application support engineer. What they will do, they will troubleshoot your application. They will try to find out the root cause of the problem. If there is a problem which is coming repetitively, many users are using your application and multiple users are reporting the same error. So what is the next task? The next task is we have to resolve the issue. We have to troubleshoot the issue, like what is the error coming, how we can resolve it. So the application support engineer or developers, they will try to troubleshoot the error. They will trace the code and try to find out the root cause of the problem, so that in the future we can resolve these errors. We can have separate team of support engineers or it can be the developers. So whatever issues are coming, your customer will tell you and you have to resolve the issues. You will be troubleshooting the issues. After maintenance is an ongoing process. It is not that now error is coming in your application, it is fixed, now the thing is over. No, as your users will be using your application, you will be having errors. So it is an ongoing process. As errors are coming in your application, you will go to company and company will resolve all of those errors. So it is a continuous process. What happened, like once you have implemented the application and it is working properly on the internet, so there is a chance that your customer want to add some new features into the existing applications, like we see in WhatsApp. It's not that WhatsApp has designed one application, they have added all features and they are permanent forever. No, they will, after some time, they make changes to your application. They gradually add new features to their application. They are creating multiple versions of their application. So same thing applies here, like if your customer want to add some new features in the application, your customer will come to your company and ask that this enhancement I want to do, I want to add one more minor enhancement, one more feature into this application. Then what your company will do, your company will fulfill the need of your customer and build some enhancements. Whatever your customer want, your company will be building that enhancements. Your development team will work on the enhancements. Okay, whenever your customer want any enhancement, it is not that your customer is saying I need one more feature and you just listen verbally and started working on that feature. No, so we have a documentation. Whatever your customer want to add new into the existing application, we write that enhancement into the document and we take sign from the customer on that document, and then we work on building that application. So this way I just gave you the basic overview of the software life cycle. So our purpose is to build our application successfully without errors. If there are multiple errors going to be in your application, it will it will make you unreliable for your customer. Next time when they have to build any new project, they will not come to you. So that's why we are following a systematic process, so that we can increase the way we are developing our application. We never work on the complete application at once. We break down our application into features and we work on the features. So I hope I have given you the basic idea. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.